Welcome to the Shergroupie podcast, where we share ideas on how to help businesses grow and prosper in the online world. Join host, Chief Shergroupie, Claire Sandbrook, as she discusses her digital journey and how Shergroup is helping thousands to keep their business flowing and growing. Here on the Shergroupie podcast.
Hello everyone, it's Claire from Shergroup on the Shergroupie podcast today. How are you? Today we're talking about Cashflow Solutionss, that all-important part of your business where your cash is flowing and you have enough money in the business to do what you want to do. But there are things that get in the way, and unpaid invoices is one of those things. And in fact, since 1995, we've been helping our clients collect in their outstanding business-to-business debts and sometimes business-to-consumer debts as well. And it was a natural diversification of our business as we were enforcing thousands of judgments in the Greater London area from our heritage as sheriffs, and we wanted to expand our portfolio of services. So this was the first diversification that Shergroup went into. And our process has grown into one in which there are 3 tiers of function of our cash flow solution. And they are the collection, the legal and enforcement tiers, which make up the process to get your debt paid from start to finish. In the first tier, collections, we offer a no-collect, no-fee service to help people feel comfortable in outsourcing their debts and claims to us. We don't want our clients worrying about the cost of doing this, and so we charge a straightforward commission at 15% plus VAT of the value of the debt if, and only if, we're able to recover it. There is no take-on fee, there is no large cost up front. It's simply if we do our job and we collect your debt, we'll charge you 15%. Better than that, if we look at your terms of business, we may be able to help change those terms so that the costs that we charge to you are actually then recoverable from your customer in your terms of business. And really, why should you have to pay 15% to us to cover the cost of recovering a debt that your customer hasn't paid you? So we want to make sure that wherever possible, that onus is put on your late paying customer. Our collections process is a standard of 30 days. It can be longer, it can be shorter. And in that time, we will send emails, letters and phone calls and attract the attention of your debtor, who will see that they are coming from Shergroup. And when they look us up online, they'll see that we have all of the areas covered and there is no escape from us, because ultimately, if they don't engage with us in the collections tier, we can go to legal and then we can go to enforcement. Now, we don't want to do that. It's not something that we do automatically, but it's there. And just as you will know about it, then so will your debtor. In the 30 days, if your debtor doesn't engage with us, then the last step in that cycle is to send a free letter before action, an LBA. And that will warn your customer that legal proceedings will be taken against them if they don't pay or put forward an acceptable offer. Now, I know many of you are worried about upsetting customers, particularly as we are at the moment. The world is just getting back to normal and customer relationships are fragile. And I do understand that, and trust me, we have our own same dilemmas in Shergroup itself. But collections is an extension of credit control, and done fairly and professionally, there's no need for a customer to be put off to the point of not using you again in the future. Maybe they'll just see you as a prudent, sensible business, and you're just looking after your business. And that's exactly what you are doing. And as I say, we have had in Shergroup itself many conversations over the years about how to do this. And we just have a process. So it's never on your desk. And that's the great thing about outsourcing debt collection. It's not your decision to escalate a matter from one letter to the next or from collections to legal. That decision is taken by us and you're just following the advice. So always remember to say that to a customer who's particularly upset. the debt's in a process and it's just moving through its process. It's being escalated. Now, if the letter before action doesn't prompt payment, we'll move to the legal tier of our process, and that's done through our sister company, Shergroup Legal, which is regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority. And I like to think of that as turning invoices into cash. We charge our clients fixed court fees and the court fee itself to issue the claim. And this is a simple way to move through this part of the recovery process. We take any value of debt for this, big debts, little debts, and we help businesses get in their cash through the legal process. Now, there may be a defence or a counterclaim on the horizon. In our service, we will begin to anticipate that when you first start to instruct us. We'll start to ask you about, do you see a defence and counterclaim coming up? Or have you just heard nothing from your customer at all? In which case, it's likely that defence and counterclaim won't emerge until you actually press the button and go legal. One way or another, the whole strategy for the legal process is to get a judgment in your favour. Because once you have a judgment in your favour, then you can move to the final tier of our process, which is our enforcement arm. And that's where it all started in Shergroup. Sher comes from sheriff, and we've been sheriffs in London since 1780. Writs of control, they were called writs of fiery facias up until 2004. Some of you may remember that. But they're writs of control today, and they're issued by the High Court, and they give me the authority to enforce payment from people named on the writ. So if you have a judgment debtor, they'll be named on the writ of control, and then I will appoint agents in my name. You may have seen them on Channel 5's Call the Bailiffs. Those are our national panel of agents, and they will go out and enforce the writ that's been issued to compel payment. And again, it's not on your desk. You've outsourced it to us, and this is the process that you're now in. If your debtor comes to the table and wants to make a sensible offer at any stage of Shergroup's involvement, we will forward that to you, and we will see how you feel about that, and we'll give you our opinion on whether or not you should accept that offer. Sometimes you'll want to, because you will know more about your customer than we do. But generally speaking, offers can be sensible, but what we're really looking for is payment in full. Judgments over £600 can be transferred to the High Court. If it has to stay in the County Court because it's under £600, then we'll do a no collect, no fee process on that judgment. So there's no risk to you at all of that. But that's for judgments under £600. For judgments over £600, I encourage you to spend the fixed fee that we charge, which at the time of recording this podcast is £161, to take the leap and pay that fee so that it covers the management and court fee for the process. You'll get most of it back if we're able to recover it from the judgment debtor anyway. And particularly if you're owed a lot of money and interest is clocking up, then you really need to get yourself in the driving seat, and a writ of control is the easiest enforcement process to do that. There are others, but what happens with a writ of control is you've got to knock on the door from the agent. Watch the TV show. See how the agents knock on the door of people who are, at first glance, surprised to see us. But then they come to understand the authority that we have, and that if they don't cooperate with us, then goods on the premises will be removed for sale. And that's your leverage. You don't want to press that button. Nobody wants to press that button. But you have leverage in your corner, so you can't be ignored anymore. You've had probably several months of being ignored, if not years. We're seeing people on the TV show that have been ignored for years by their customers who are just not paying. And obviously when we go in and knock on the door and we start to talk about the car going on the back of a low loader, then that's when you start to get the engagement. And you may feel, well, why have I got to go to that stage to make people pay me? I've delivered the goods and services, or my business has done a good job. Why? And it's because particularly over the last 2 years. Business is tough. People have slowed up. And the rogues out there have also taken advantage of the situation. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And really what you're seeing on the TV show is the rogues. They know they owe the money. They're just waiting for you to do something about it. And when you get Shergroup in your corner, then we can take you all the way through, and you can keep saying, I've instructed Shergroup, it's off my desk, which means that we're the bad cop and you're the good cop. Okay, you're just collecting the money that you're owed. So this unique approach, which really is just an escalation of one step after another. It makes that cliche of one-stop shop, I know, but I like to use it because actually when customers talk to us, that's what they say. You're just a one-stop shop. It makes it really easy for me to get my debt collected, and that's exactly what we want to hear. That's exactly how we can help you collect your invoices in. And we want to be, part of your team to help you do that. So no need to muck about with a debt collection agency anymore, or solicitors who then may not use Shergroup as their High Court enforcement officer. You can have the people on the TV that you see right from day one with an appointed business solutions advisor. You can find them on the website. They're going to look after you. They're going to make sure that you have continuity and consistency of advice and support all the way through this process. I know for some of you listening to this podcast, this is the last place that you want to be with your business and the money that you're owed. But it's dog eat dog. And if you don't get your money in, then God forbid that you may end up in an unhappy situation. So don't leave it too long. If you've got judgments that are up to 6 years old, you can dig them out and we can take a look at those as well. Email us at hub@shergroup.com. Send us whatever you want us to have a look at. It's a free service to review your judgment, and we can help you collect in those judgments. But ideally, use us from the collection stage. Get it off your desk and send it to us. We would love to help you, and my team are ready and standing by to just do that. And we're helping so many people. That's the great thing. What we're seeing as a result of the TV show is people are coming to us who have really been stuck. They just don't know what to do with the judgment they've got or the invoice that they've got, and they're just looking for a simple solution. And honestly, we've been crafting this for 20 plus years, and it's a simple process. So I hope that helps you. And in my next podcast, I'll explain another part of Shergroup, which is nothing to do with debt, actually. Well, a little bit maybe, but that's the property solutions. So thanks for listening, everyone. And don't forget, reach out to us if you need help.
Thanks for listening to the Shergroupie podcast. To join our Shergroupie community, subscribe by going to our website at www.shergroup.com. Keep up with the latest Shergroup news across all our main channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and across all social media. Stay connected and begin building more business relationships.